Uh, I'm just gonna try to talk as much as I could right here. I'm just making a film called Boys of Eureka, and it's gonna be. I'm not sure if I want to do it in short episodes of 5 minutes apiece, or if I want to make it into a short film. Boys of Eureka is about 5 boys that are from Eureka who live in Eureka, and they all end up somehow meeting at a certain historical monument place downtown here in Eureka. What happens is that um, if you know Eureka, Eureka is pretty much a small town, known for its lumber and known for its fishing town, and but of course redwood trees. Um, in this little short documentary, not documentary, but narrative film, it's about 5 guys that end up meeting and becoming really close friends. In fact, 2 of them kind of ended up dating. Um, how we met is there's a place in downtown Eureka called the Bridge, and in the Bridge, it's a beautiful place downtown Eureka next to the bay. I ended up meeting um, Dakota down at the bridge one summer. No, actually, it was during a spring break when I was going to HSU, and he just happened to be skateboarding. Dakota is tall, blonde hair, blue eyes, skater, surfer looking dude. Kind of has that really angelic look about him, who reminded me of Brad Pitt, why I ended up stopping and talking to Dakota. Um, then there's um, Johnny. Johnny's kind of your 100% Italian fat guy who's pudgy, who I ended up meeting at one of the gay clubs here in Humboldt County called Club East. And then one day I just saw him down at the meeting place, which is the bridge, and we ended up talking. Johnny's your pudgy one, Italian type, uh, short, always spicy, and always wanted to go on rampages and verbally school out people about fashion. Then there's another guy named Wes, and Wes is a guy that I met a while back who was just kind of coming out of the closet, has a couple kids, and he was pretty much kind of your uptight redneck guy from 10 miles north of Eureka. And his name was Wes, and Wes was your kind of redneck, blonde hair, blue eye, cowboy looking, stocky. He always was kind of cynical about everything, thought that he was, good looking that way. He didn't understand why men didn't really fall in love with him. Kind of cocky attitude. And then there was another guy named Red. Red was a friend of mine who was an ex-lover and my best friend, who was tall, skinny, redhead, skater, also was from Eureka, and kind of a drug user. I mean, we'll tell you more stories. Father was pretty much didn't give him any love at all. Red was definitely reminded me of Edward Norton. And then the last guy that I want to mention is Dakota's brother, and he was he just kind of hung out just because Dakota hung out with us, and he would come down there once in a while to look for his brother, and his name was Barry, and he was tall, Italian looking, kind of looked like one of the old Matt Dillon boys. Kind of smoked a lot of cigarettes. He also skateboarded. He also was married, but kind of was like iffy, you know, if you got him a little buzz. So these are the Boys of Eureka. The story about the Boys of Eureka are about 5 or 6 guys, actually 5 close guys that I knew that pretty much had something wrong with each one of them. What I mean by something wrong with each one of them is that there was something that some of us, why we all became really good friends. It was either because we had parents who were drug addicts and kicked us out because they chose their drugs over their kids, or some of us lost our parents at a very young age and it was hard to deal with being raised by a single parent. And some of us straight out were kicked out because being gay. Alright, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Betty, I told you pay the bill now. Betty, now. Pay the bills. Right now. I don't care. Right now.
Mama, you really yelling at me? You really are yelling at me to pay the bills? I always help you pay the bills, Mom. I always help you pay the bills. I can't believe you're yelling at me and not anybody in this house, Mom. You yell at me because I'm gay. You yell at me because you want me to pay the bills. Mom, I'm tired. I'm tired of this. I'm tired. If I can't find love with my own family, Mom, I'm gonna go find love in the streets. As we see the conflict between Freddie and his mother in scene 1, his mother is trying to yell at him instead of sitting and talking to him. As you see her, by her yelling at Freddie, he automatically flies off the handle and thinks that his mom is thinking he's not a good person. As Freddie responds to his mother, he's angry because he does pay things. He helps her out. He's kind of like feeling like if she maybe approached him in a different way, it'd be a lot easier. And you see him outraged in this scene. That was the scene. Mom, I told you, I'm out of here. I'm leaving. I'll see you later. Don't yell at me. After the scene that we see Freddie run out of the house, he ends up running to find his friends down at the meeting place, which is the bridge. Once he gets to the bridge, he ends up sitting there for a couple minutes under the bridge, just kind of smokes a cigarette and waits for Dakota. But as he's waiting for Dakota, the local police who patrol the area because they think it's a bad, unsafe neighborhood or area, they question Freddie, like always, just because they know that gay people hang out around this area. As they run Freddie's name, Freddie and the police kind of have this talking, and Freddie says, "You don't know who my family is." Minutes later, after the police leaves, Dakota arrives.